Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to demonstrate a fascia activation while doing one of our all-time favorite yoga poses, downward dog. This activation is working to reach deep within the center body, around your rib cage, and maybe even to the psoas a little bit. Let's get started with a little warm-up. Coming onto your hands and knees. Pressing your hands forward and your knees back, feel the activation throughout your body. Keep resisting in that direction as you round your spine and emphasize the dropping of the tailbone down towards the floor, creating a curve in your lower back. Tops of your feet are pressing into the floor actively. Hold that for another second. Reverse the resistance of your hands to go back, your knees forward. Your feet might pop off the ground as you wave your spine in the opposite direction, gazing to the front of your mat. Hands press forward, knees back, round up. Tucking your tailbone, feeling your connected points into the ground. Hands back, knees forward, belly drops, only working within a pain-free range of motion. And one more time, hands forward, knees back, round up, tailbone drops. Take a look at your belly. And hands back, knees forward, gazing to the front of the mat. Hold this here and curl your toes under to place them on the mat. Emphasize the heels of your hands pulling back underneath you, gripping and gathering the fascial tissue around your lats, mid-back, chest, arms. As your hips pull back, you take it for a ride. Relax to come forward, activate to resist, keep resisting and tugging on the tissue as you pull back. Two more, relax, come forward. Heels of the hands resist back, keep resisting back, dig down. And one more time, finding that rocking position, movement towards your heels. Excellent. Neutral spine. Walk your hands forward a couple steps and curl your toes under and send your hips up to the sky for a downward dog. Pedaling out your feet with an emphasis of a fascia activation. Press the right ball of the foot into the ground as you drop the heel down. So rather than just traditional pedaling, you're creating more muscle contraction in your calf by actively pressing the ball of the foot into the ground, keeping it as you lower the heel down. Feel the difference. One more on each side. Pedaling it out, but with activation and movement. Back to center. Situate yourself so you feel comfortable in your downward dog. Armpits towards your thighs. Take a look between your knees. A couple breaths. All right, so you're going to resist your hands forward. Keep resisting your hands forward as you lift your heels up, and you're going to wave into a high yoga plank. Hands are still pressing down into the ground and forward as you settle in. Hold it for a second to inhale. Exhale, press back, downward dog. Let's do that one more time. Hands press forward. Feel the muscle contraction in your arms. Waving your spine forward to hover into a high yoga plank. Hold that for a second. Press back, downward dog. Here we're going to go into that mid-body fascia work I talked about. Take a moment to bring your foot in a little bit to the center and send your left leg up to the sky. Next, you're going to drag the left knee in towards the chest, but then rotate it towards your right arm. Hovering for a second, activate your belly on the left side, left hip flexors. Keep activating that tissue as you send the leg up. Keep the knee bent and over. Feel that continued contraction. I'm going to let go for a second. Here. Trying to balance here, right? And knee comes forward. Rotate underneath you. Feel that rotation. Grip that tissue. Actively contract your abdominals, your hip flexors on the left. Keep contracting them as you open it up. And then bring it back down one more time on the side. Curl it under. Activate the abdominals. Keep contracting into the hip flexors. Find that space. And then bring that knee back down. Both knees to the ground. Hands press back. Resist as you pull back to a gentle release. Come back forward. Hands press back. Gentle release. Rounding back up. Shake out your hands, your wrists if they feel a little tired. We're moving on to the other side. Here we go. Back to the hands. Back to your downward dog. All right, left foot's in the middle. Right leg is sent up to the sky. Draw that right knee forward, round it, curve it underneath you. Activate that whole right quad, hip flexor, right abdominals. Keep contracting them more than you think you need to as you send that leg up and back to open the hip. And then bring it back down. Bring it to that left elbow. Activate the right side front line body. Keep activating. Dive in. Dive in. One more time. Intense. Bring it around. Activate. Keep activating, 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 activating. Good. Hold it there. And then bring that knee down. Both knees to the ground. Hands press back. Child's pose. Relax to come forward. Walk your hands forward a step. Hands press back. Hips to the heels. Good. Let the head fall through. And round it up. Tuck your tailbone. Stack your vertebrae. Shoulder blades roll back. Head comes up. Adjust your xiphoid or sternum over your pubic bone. Settle the shoulder blades into their happy home. Slight chin tuck. And you're done. So there's an example of using downward dog, three-legged dog, increasing activation as a focus. This is a little different than some of my other work because we're not using the contraction against something, we're using it internally and mindfully within our body. So if you didn't quite feel it that first time, try it again and see if you can think about, can I get more muscle contraction from the hip flexor area, the lower abdominals through the rib cage as you're bringing your leg back up and over. If you have any questions, I'd love to hear. I hope this felt great for you, and I will see you again soon.